Is WCIA 3 News, your local news leader.
40 years ago, a gun battle on I-57 resulted in the deaths of 5 people.
A group was pulled over for going 10 miles an hour over the speed limit. But what police found in the car resulted in one of the biggest stories in Ford County history. Our Matt Metcalf is here now with that story from the vault.
Yeah, Paul, it all started when an Illinois state trooper pulled a car over for speeding. There were 4 cars in the group, so the trooper called Paxton police for backup. Minutes later, both the trooper and the officer were dead, and a manhunt was on for suspects who fled the scene. Channel 3 news cameras were there the night it happened as investigators tried to make sense of the scene. The highway was closed as officers tried to preserve whatever evidence was there from what happened. The cars involved in the shootout were taken to a police impound where they were examined closely and technicians dusted for fingerprints. The next morning, police scoured Paxton and nearby farms to find one of the suspects. The manhunt was all out by air, by ground, and with police canines. When the final suspect was caught, the towns of Dwight and Paxton said goodbye to their boys in blue. Ann Anderson has that part of the story from the vault, 1979.
They came in uniform to Dwight from all over the country, California, Illinois, Indiana, Wisconsin, Michigan, and Oklahoma, to pay their respects to 32-year-old Trooper McCarter.
We would have come for any state law enforcement officer or any highway patrolman. We're going to try to attend all their funerals. It's the least we can do for another law enforcement agency.
At high noon, St. Patrick's Church was filled to capacity. It would be a difficult day for the family, who would also bury McCarter's brother-in-law, Donald Weiss, slain that night while riding with McCarter in the patrol car. At the altar, 2 of McCarter's uncles, one a priest from Danville, the other a priest from Indiana. The message on this occasion was directed to law officers assembled.
I hope they recognize that every one of you, in the imitation of Christ himself, who will come as judge, every one of you has to be a judge on the spot.
Trooper McCarter was a very fine person. He was a fine police officer, a very dedicated officer. He thought a lot of his job. He thought a lot of the community that he lived in, and thought a lot of the state police.
Father O'Reilly also spoke of his nephew as a gentleman. The priest said the first shots fired from his nephew's gun in 10 years with the state police were not fired until last Saturday night. At Olivet Cemetery, there were no rifle salutes, but rather, on the way, silent lights of patrol cars were to be the final tribute to one of their own. Ann Anderson, Channel 3 News, Dwight, Illinois.
Monroe Lampkin was convicted twice in the killings of the officers. His first conviction had been overturned, but he was reconvicted in 1985. To mark the 40th anniversary of the I-57 shootout, the city of Paxton last October named the overpass where it happened. More than 100 people came to the dedication of the McCarter-Weiss case Hale Memorial Overpass. With this story from the vault, I'm Matt Metcalf. Paul?
All right, Matt, thanks. Well.